If you've ever wondered what kind of property will do good as a short-term rental, I wanted to share with you guys 6 key factors that I take into account when looking at acquiring a new property. So let's start with number 1, size of the property. Now, by size of the property, I'm typically referring to the amount of bedrooms in the home. I personally like 4 and 5 bedroom houses. These days, I tend to overlook the 2s and the 3s. Just by experience, the 4s and 5s perform the best, because the more bedrooms you have, the more beds you can place in the property, and more beds means more heads, and more heads usually means higher nightly rates. Higher nightly rates gives you more revenue over the course of the month, over the course of the year, thereby increasing the success of the property. Number 2, it's important for the property to be in a community with no HOA. HOA is the Homeowners Association. And the reason why this is important is because typically within the HOA CC&Rs, which is the conditions, covenants, and restrictions, there will typically be a section within that document that goes over the use of premise, and in there will be some language that says for single family residential use only, meaning businesses and short-term rentals need not apply. I've had some bad luck getting houses in HOAs previously, and this was usually maybe a house or two whenever I first started. Didn't really look into the CC&Rs, didn't really know what I was doing. Turns out, a couple months later, I would get a letter from the HOA stating that I am not allowed to operate within the community. I ended up moving out, but on a going forward basis, this let me know that, hey, I'm no longer going to get property inside of an HOA. I recommend you do the same because it will save you a whole bunch of headaches in the long run. Number 3 is the repairs. Who will perform the repairs? It's good to have a handyman because houses, unlike apartment complexes, do not have on-site maintenance where you can just send off a work order and people come and fix the issue at the property. For houses, typically you will be responsible for making any types of repairs outside of the large systems, and by that I mean things like HVAC, underground plumbing, structural foundational issues. These will still be the responsibility of the landlord unless specifically stated otherwise in the lease agreement. And if it's not already stated in the lease agreement, I would make it a point to include these either in a subsection or in a special provision section at the end of the lease. Next is the size of the master bedroom. A larger master bedroom is advantageous, especially if it has at least 160 to 180 inches on the long side. This is usually large enough to accommodate 2 queen beds in the master bedroom. Now, for a property that has a master bedroom that's large enough, it's still desirable to put at least 1 king bed in one of the other bedrooms that is not the master bedroom. If we're talking about a 4-bedroom house, usually 2 king beds would be nice, if the other room sizes will accommodate a king bed, but you want to have at least 1 king bed on property, which gives the option for whoever likes sleeping in a king bed to have that somewhere within the house. Now, for the 4 and the 5 bedroom houses, even if it's a 3-bedroom house, typically if it has a study room, then if it's large enough to accommodate a bed, you can convert those into an additional bedroom, because if it fits a bed, that means someone can sleep there. And again, if someone can sleep there, more heads, more beds, more revenue, it's all good. And the last but not least is the number of bathrooms within the property. Usually for a lot of 3-bedroom houses, a 1-bathroom house for a 3-bedroom or smaller can be quite common. However, you want to keep in mind that when hosting larger groups do like having the option of 2 bathrooms or more. It's not really a good thing if 8 people in a house have to share 1 bathroom. Not only for sanitary reasons, but also for time reasons, right? So if they all have to take a shower, it's going to take a long time to cycle through that many people in 1 bathroom. So I like to see at least 1.5 bathrooms. 2 full bathrooms or even more is desirable. And if you can grab one with 2 or more bathrooms, then even better. Anyways, hope that helps. These are some of the key factors that I like to look for when acquiring property. These are usually just the basics that make a property have the potential to do well. The rest is on you. Anyways, I hope that helps. And if you got value out of this video, don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.